Imagine waking up one morning and finding out that without any public debate, without any announcement, without even most members of parliament realizing it, your government has quietly made it illegal for you to leave the country for more than 3 months without asking the military for permission first. No, this is not Russia, this is not Ukraine, this is not Belarus, this is Germany. April 2026. And if you're a German man between the ages of 17 and 45, this law already applies to you and has since January 1st of this year. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you is one of the most compelling cases I've ever made on this channel for why a second citizenship is no longer a luxury. For Germans right now, it is a necessity. And if you're new to this channel, welcome to the Passport Investor. This channel is dedicated to one idea, that your freedom, your wealth, and your future should never be held hostage by one single government or a single passport. Today, we're talking about Germany, one of the world's wealthiest nations, one of its strongest passports, and the country that just quietly introduced an exit permission requirement for millions of its own male citizens. If you're German, if you have German clients, or if you're watching this because you can see how this trend could spread to your own country, this video is for you. So what exactly happened here? Let me give you the facts, and I want to be precise because there's a lot of noise around this story. On December 5th, 2025, the German Bundestag passed a piece of legislation called the Military Service Modernization Act. The Bundesrat cleared it on December 19th. It came into force January 1st, 2026. Most of the debate around this law focused on the reintroduction of mandatory questionnaires for 18-year-old men. That got some coverage, but buried inside this law was a clause that almost nobody noticed. Under the amended Conscription Act, any male German citizen aged 17 to 45 must now obtain approval from a Bundeswehr career center before leaving Germany for a period exceeding 3 months. A semester abroad, you need a permission. A work posting overseas, permission required. An extended sabbatical, permission required. This was not some dramatic wartime decree. This is no state of emergency in Germany. There is no declared conflict. This is peacetime policy. A similar exit restriction existed, but only during a formerly declared state of tension or defense. That condition is gone. One clause changed, and just like that, a wartime measure became a permanent peacetime requirement. It took a single regional newspaper in early April 2026 to bring this into the spotlight. Germany has roughly 20 million men in this age group. They have been subject to this rule since New Year's Day. Most of them had no idea. Now, the Defense Ministry says permission is generally to be granted, but there are 3 critical problems. First, the infrastructure does not exist. There is no clear application process, no official form, no system capable of handling millions of requests. Career centers, which are essentially recruitment offices, are not equipped for this. Some men who tried to apply received no guidance at all, which means that many who left Germany in January, students, workers, travelers, have technically been in violation of the law since April 1st, and the government has not clarified what happens next. Germany now allows dual nationality more broadly, but the law applies to anyone who is German. Also, if you are a German citizen, you are subject to this requirement, regardless of how many other passports you hold. In fact, the law now requires young male to declare all additional citizenships. Third, the trajectory is clear. Germany wants to significantly expand its military. Voluntary requirement has not been enough. Medical examinations are returning, and there is now a legal mechanism to activate conscription if needed. So the real question is not what Germany looks like today, it's what the rules look like in 5 or 10 years, and whether you'll still have options when that time comes. Because Germany is not alone. Across Europe, we are seeing a major shift. Defense spending is rising, conscription is returning, military readiness is becoming a priority again. And And when governments begin building systems to track and control the movement of military-age citizens, those systems rarely move in the direction of less control. They move towards more control, which brings us to the most important part of this video. See, what can you actually do about it? Well, a second citizenship could potentially change everything, not because it makes you invisible, but because it changes your position. It gives you leverage, it gives you options. First, it gives you legal standing somewhere else, not just visa, not just a bank account, but a place where you have a guaranteed right to live. Second, it allows you to act before restrictions tighten. Right now, this system is not fully operational. That is your window. Third, it gives you insurance. You don't need to leave Germany. You can stay, build your life, run your business, but you're no longer dependent on a single government's decision. And fourth, structure matters. Holding a second passport alone is not enough. What matters is building real ties to another country. Residency, tax presence, documented international position. That's what creates real flexibility. So what are your options? Let's break them down. First, citizenship by investment. This is the fastest route. Countries like St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and Vanuatu offer citizenship in exchange for an investment. Processing time can range from a couple of months to under a year. No military obligations, no long residency requirements. There will be some requirements now recently introduced in the Caribbean, but it's not too much. If speed is your priority, this is your category and you should be looking into citizenship by investment. Second, residency leading to naturalization. Countries like Panama, Paraguay, Uruguay, Argentina offer pathways towards citizenship over time, which is like, it comes with a lower upfront cost, but also with longer timeline than citizenship by investment. Third, citizenship by ancestry. If you have Italian, Irish, Polish, Romanian or Hungarian roots or Serbian roots, this could be your fastest and cheapest option. Many people qualify without realizing it. And fourth, the practical minimum residency. Even without immediate citizenship, legal residency gives you a second base, a place to go, a structure to build from. And importantly, it can support exemptions from certain obligations if properly established. So what should you do next? Here's the takeaway. This law is not yet fully enforced. The system is incomplete. Most people are unaware. That is exactly when action is easiest. Not when restrictions are tightened, not when enforcement begins. Now, so here are your next steps. Speak to a qualified advisor. Look seriously at residency options like Paraguay, Panama, Portugal. If speed matters and you have the capital, consider investment programs. Check your ancestry. You might already qualify, and stay informed because this is not just about Germany. This is about a global shift in how governments view mobility, control, and obligation. Thank you for watching. If this gave you something to think about, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and leave your questions below. I read everything. And remember, a single passport is a single point of failure. The people who understand that early are the ones who keep their options. And I'll see you in the next video.